Hello and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've been busy with rotations, but I know I promised this video directed towards family members, so welcome all the moms, dads, siblings that want to have a better understanding of Step 1 and what your medical student is going through. So to start off, Step 1, the USMLE, standing for the United States Medical Licensing Exam. There's 3 of these exams that your medical student have to complete. The first one being after basic sciences, so the first 2 years. And then the second one will be written after core rotations. And then the third one can be done after graduation. Mostly people do it during their residencies. Now, going forward, the information I'm going to state is specifically for IMGs, standing for International Medical Graduates, so can apply to other students because we're writing the same exam, but it might differ slightly depending on the application process. For IMGs, we have to apply through ECFMG. Now, this is the licensing body that we work through. There will be an application fee, and you will have to pay Step 1 through this portal. This is an out-of-pocket fee, at least it was for my school. I don't know, it might vary depending on what university you attend. After your application is processed, they will submit an email for you to then go and apply specifically for a Step 1 date. Now, each medical school may have a standard as to how long they want their medical student to study. For my school specifically, it's a minimum of 1 year, and yes, believe it or not, a lot of students in my class did take that long to study. Some were able to get it done within 6 months, but I found that students that did attend Caribbean medical schools took a longer time to sit for the test. I can't speak on students that attended US medical schools. Theirs might be different, and they may have, their school might have like a set timeline that you need to get your test done within. That being said, with IMGs, if you do see your student studying for months on end, they are putting in the effort, and you might wonder how on earth someone could be studying for an extended period of time and still not feeling ready to write the test, and that is really common, believe it or not. It's a lot of information. It's information that is all-encompassing from the prior 2 years of basic sciences. It's all of that in one test. So to see scores improve might take up to a year for your student. So please be patient with them. They're trying their best. In terms of resources, there's a bunch that students will use. There's common ones and less common ones. It just depends on what the individual student finds helpful. The gold standard that we kind of all use is UWorld, and that's a question bank, and some schools may provide this through tuition. Mine didn't, so I had to pay out of pocket for UWorld, which is about $1,000 or more, because I had to keep renewing it. I didn't exactly know how long I would need it for, so I had to keep renewing, and that's more expensive if you do it that way. But my school did give us AMBOSS through tuition, so I was able to use that and UWorld. AMBOSS is another question bank. So if you see prices racking up, it's because they're using resources that are helpful to their learning. There's NBMEs, which is the National Board of Medical Examiners. They give you practice tests, and I think that was about like $60 per test, and there's like 5-6 of them. So that can also be a cost. That being said, I know it's really tough to be spending all this money on this one test, but unfortunately it is needed to pass. Doing tests to see where you are is necessary. So if your student is bringing up cost of like things they need, it is genuinely because it is going to help them, not because they're just trying to spend money unnecessarily. How you can support your medical student during this time is to make sure that they're not neglecting themselves. You could even cook a meal for them so that they don't have to worry about food. I was lucky I had my mom with me at the time. I was back home, so she would cook meals for me, which saved time. You can also go for a walk with them, make sure they're getting some fresh air. However, there is boundaries. If they know themselves and their schedule, and if they do need the time to study, don't just push it off so that you can go party with them. Like, that's not what I'm saying, but just make sure they're having natural human functions on a daily basis. So in the case that your student does not pass the test, this does not mean that they're banished from medical school forever. It just means that they do have to retake it. And unfortunately, you will have to pay the $1,000 fee to write the test again. And they will probably take another few months or even more than a few months to study for the test and then write it. Please be there to comfort them, to listen, just to understand. Everyone grieves a step 1 failure differently. It is a hit to your confidence, so just be there to listen and then see how you can be there to help them. Now, in the case that your student passes, that means they are on to clinical rotations and step 1 is out of the way. This was just a quick summary on step 1. If there's any detailed questions, just comment below and I'll be happy to respond. Be there as a support for your medical students, cheer them on, root for them, be there for them, and they will get through this process. Support system is so important. So you guys play a huge role in your medical students' progress and success as a medical student, believe it or not. Having people there for you in your moments of stress and need is so crucial. So thank you all. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. And yeah, have a good day, guys.